Not putting pressure on, but if you net this, I think it might be a PB.
Try and picture the fishing holiday of your dreams. A lake full of carp bigger than you'd ever thought possible.
It's not a scrappy small thing. I don't think there's any scrappy small things in this lake.
Surrounded by the people that you love in a place that looks like it's straight off the back of a postcard.
The first fish is already a PB.
Well, back in September, I was lucky enough to experience exactly that. The trip of a lifetime, filled with ups and downs at a venue that's made to obliterate personal bests, even for those who have done pretty well for themselves in the past, but I've said too much. And I guess I should probably start from the beginning.
This year has been one of the best years, but also the toughest years of my life. Working a full-time job whilst trying to make enough videos on this channel to make it a thing has been an amazing experience that I'm privileged and very lucky to have been able to do, but it hasn't meant that I've had a lot of time to really chill out and just enjoy myself. So when I was sent some pictures of a lake over in France that's filled with some of the biggest fish I think I've ever seen, a place that I could take my wife to spend some proper time with, and my friends Carl and Omi, I said yes and booked it very, very quickly.
You probably know the drill. Late nights tying rigs, staring at pictures of the lake when you should be working, just generally fishing the place in your head before you've even got there. But after 2 of the longest days of my life, it was finally the morning of the big trip, and I couldn't wait to get on the road.
Sensible people aren't awake at this time of day.
People who aren't going to go and catch 78 pounders. This is my wife Han, everybody.
Hi.
And I'm going to force her to catch a fish this
Of course, as if I have trouble catching fish.
What's that supposed to mean?
If you hadn't already guessed, we might have been a little bit excited about the lake, but with 8 hours of driving ahead, it was going to take a bit of effort to get there.
Well, that's Carl's half of the driving done. I'm up next, but first things first, Mackies! Well, this is certainly fancier than back at home. Oh my gosh, that's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hannah, or me?
That! Put the camera on that!
We hadn't even got to the lake yet, but the further south we kept driving, the more stunning the landscape became.
Where are we? Because I want to live here. Hey Brett! How you doing?
You alright?
Yeah, good. Better for being here. Oh, it's like the anticipation keeps building.
This is never ending.
I know. We're going to end up back in England.
Where's the lake? Where's the lake? Where's the lake?
Oh.
Yeah, that'll do.
Welcome, guys.
This is the retreat, and whilst it's a bold claim, I think it's quite possibly one of the best exclusive carp lakes in Europe. It's got everything: stunning surroundings, luxurious accommodation, and I was so excited and didn't think it could get any better until the bailiff asked if we wanted to see last week's catch report.
Last week. In 1 week.
The weight is just gone.
So,
Wouldn't want to
54, 61, 48.
Wouldn't want to catch one that small. No, only 61. That wouldn't break my PB.
78. Look at that. That's where we get to sleep.
It almost sounded too good to be true, but as Carl and myself started to lap the lake, there really were signs of fish absolutely everywhere.
From what it sounds like, fish have been out from pretty much all over the lake, or on this side at least. There's definitely a preferred side by the fish, by the sounds of it. I feel like there's a very reasonable chance that I'm about to catch a personal best. And Carl could, and Omi could, and Han could. This could be a very good week.
It's not giving me the feeling that you couldn't present this rig over. It's not like I have to pop it out of the silk. Like, there's no like,
No.
oh no, you're plugged.
I've not had stodginess.
No, it's always.
It's like glassy, actually.
Like any first night of a trip, you don't really know what you're doing. Or at least I don't. And whilst on most trips, I'd be stressing, running around, eyes glued to the lake, searching for signs of a single bubble, we kind of already knew that there were fish pretty much everywhere. And so I decided to start slow, ease into the trip, and enjoy soaking the place in with my friends.
Cheers indeed.
Ding, 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 ding.
Cheers, Tom.
Tried to make a dent in the barbecue. We all did. We did valiantly, to be honest. Look at that. I've never seen that man with a belly. Hold on, where am I pointing?
So much chicken.
Look at that.
But there's so much food left.
We didn't need to bring any food. This is us for the week. I think I actually need to lie down. Oh, I've got a cast out still.
It won't be good tomorrow.
Life's tough, guys. I'll let you know if I survive.
This tactic is commonly known as a pub chuck. And I'm gonna hope. Well, I heard a splash, so that's a bonus.
If you catch on that during the night and it's like £50, you've got the whole of the internet that's going to hate you.
Yeah, and you.
So yeah.
It felt a bit surreal, really. I don't think it had really sunk in where we were or the fact that we got a week here. All I could think about was the massive fish swimming around the lake in front of me and the fact that I really wanted to catch one of them. Tired from the long drive, I didn't put a lot of thought into my fishing that night. Just 3 singles cast where I'd seen signs earlier in the day and a whole lot of hope that one of them might come good.
Okay, it's cool. Wake up first thing and have a one toner. Oh, that makes me very happy. What a place to wake up in.
Yeah, it's not bad here, is it? I think you might even be best netting it round past me, mate.
I think that might be.
Yeah, walk round.
Going on a walk.
Oh my god.
God, you see the shadow.
Yeah, that'll do.
Okay. Day one, baby. That's quite cool. Look in there.
That's giant. The first fish is already a PB.
It could be close.
It's grown. Oh my, look at this. Oh. 40?
Yeah.
Oh dear. It's literally 1 ounce under. That is criminal.
Nah, it means I can still be excited about other things for the week.
Well, you got 50 and a 60 to go.
It wasn't quite the PB that I was hoping for, but my goodness, it felt good to be off the mark.
This is actually insane, day one. Day one, still so much more to do. Oh my days. That's quite cool, that is. Well, could maybe ask for better weather, but as far as fishing goes, I think this is the most successful video I've ever made. It's not really sunk in yet. The fish, or where we all are, and the week of fishing ahead of us, and just how incredible this place is. The luxury doesn't even cover it. The fact that we've got this place to kind of hang out and be social in. We each got our own little huts to sleep in and relax in. And the fact that there's a lake out there, which I caught one of the average ones. That was one of the average fish. I don't know if this is normal for France, but I might move here. I'm so curious to know where this ends up, because I just chucked it in the dark last night. I don't actually know. Fairly close then, actually.
I'd caught my first fish about a rod length off the far bank, just a few metres down from the start of the out of bounds. It was a spot that we'd seen them showing the previous evening, but the fact that I'd managed to land my rig there so perfectly in the dark was honestly nothing short of a miracle.
Okay, cool. That's my middle rod put back out.
I'm gonna do the other two in a little bit, but I think first I'm just gonna wait for the rain to ease up just slightly, because it's a little bit damp out here.
You timed these? Yeah. Did you just tie those two up?
Yeah, I did it in like the
They look
last
better than the
week.
ones that Tom does, to be honest.
Yeah, I know. I just have the skills.
Oh, I've got to get rods out because I don't want to. When does it stop raining?
6. So in
The
6
big
hours.
Can I just say, Tom, you chose the most amazing destination for this trip. And the worst week to do it in. It hasn't stopped raining.
It's Carpy. I picked it for the
I don't care, mate. I want the sun out. I want to be sunbathing. I want a tan.
Even though we'd only been here for less than 24 hours, it had become quite obvious that the fish were stacked up in the out of bounds. It kind of made sense. It was the biggest and most obvious structure of the lake, and so Carl and I got to work, making the most of what we'd learned.
So right now, my left-hand one is over by the out of bounds, about 2 rod lengths off. These two are both by that silver birch, so I've kind of capitalised on where I had that from. And then I'll encourage Han to then spread her 3 over to the right. And then basically we got this swim covered. You want me to pick the rod up?
Yeah. I'm going to need some slack in a sec.
Yeah, you on slack? Slack coming up.
Alright, let's see if I can do this in one. Come on, Carl.
Certain people just ooze luck, or skills, or I don't know, something, but Carl is definitely one of those people. There's not more than 20 minutes after putting his first rod in was it away, with him still on the other side of the lake.
Come on, Carlos! Oh, come on, get that in, man!
It was becoming very apparent that my dream of us all going home with a personal best was actually kind of possible. Han and Omi just needed to catch. I was in with a good chance too, but Carl, he had 64 pounds to try and beat. And whilst there were a few in the lake that would dwarf that, finding one was going to be a challenge.
Tommy, do you want to practice netting? Mate, it's really pulling back now. It's exactly what that Big Net Gigantica did.
I get the feeling that that's the average fish.
Well, so far it is. Yeah, just a casual average of like 38 pounds. Oh, that's 40. I was like, maybe a 30 on the end. Nah. Are we all stupid or something?
Carl?
Are things bigger in France?
Carl?
It's a 52 pounder, right?
Yeah.
Am I going to disappear? Oh, it's got really deep all of a sudden.
Oh, it went over.
A little bit bigger than we were expecting. Man, we were close to that PB. I could almost taste it.
Oh, right, 1, 2, 3. It may be raining on my holiday, but I wouldn't be fishing without it, would it? So, look at that.
Give you some more food, as you seem to have chomped through that first bit quite quickly. Eat up.
Right, cooking time. Let's work out what's what. That's all the prep done. Right, let's find a saucepan now.
Every day.
Cheers, everybody! Here's two fish already. More to come.
For the first time in what felt like forever, I wasn't stressed about the fishing. That seemed to be going just fine by itself. And so, after briefly checking the receivers were all synced up, there was nothing else to do than sit back and relax.
You didn't need to, did you? Look at all that!
The problem is they say that this is like a representation of like the real world, capitalism, but in the real world I have no money. And I haven't even shown you the other one.
Well, I've woken up early this morning to try and get my eyes on the water. Carl did it yesterday and he found out quite a lot about his swim, so I thought I'd give it a go this morning. But
I'm actually kind of confused. I was expecting to wake up and see bubbles and fizzing all over where I'd baited up last night, but I've not seen anything. And then I've said that and I've just seen a fish splash out. Okay, they're in the zone. That's good. Despite seeing the odd crash in my swim, as the day went on, we started to realise that the fish were on the move. We'd seen large patches of bubbles and an increasing amount of shows in the centre of the lake, and it wasn't long before Carl's left-hand rod had burst into action.
Oh my goodness, it's angry. Flipping it. Carl!
Always happens when you're...
It was the one on the ground.
Yeah, nearly flew in.
It was flying off the ground. It was going to go in. Thanks.
I have a love-hate relationship when going fishing with Carl. I learn loads, and despite him being my boss, I think we both genuinely enjoy just hanging out, but it's almost guaranteed that the man's going to make fisherman.
Looks like I'm going to have to cut the broccoli later.
And it's not that I have a problem with that. He's a far more experienced angler than I am. He's spent more nights on the bank than I've had hot meals, but just tends to make me question everything when my swim goes quiet and leaves me wondering what on earth I'm doing wrong.
There's a real mixed bag in this place. There's scaly ones, commons, leathery ones. They all look pretty different.
Regardless of my own fishing, I was happy that Carl was getting through them. Lord knows he needed to if he was ever going to chase a PB, but something I wasn't very happy about was accidentally deleting all of the photos of his fish so far. I've just done something really stupid. I'm backing up the footage for the past 2 days, and I've got all the video files over, but I forgot to take the photos off Carl's stills camera, and then formatted the card. And may have lost the photos of your 52 pounder.
I wouldn't worry about the photos. It's the friendship that you've lost, which I'd be worried about.
Okay, so that card is a no-go. So, second card. Been working for Carl for 2 years. I've been making my own films and taking photographs for like, I don't know, 15 years or something like that, and I've never done this before.
Are we going to be alright? Are we going to survive this?
Look at how I'm gripping this.
It was far less than ideal, and genuinely, I felt really bad. I don't think any of us fish for photos, but it's those photos that remind us of our successes, and Carl's 52 pounder, his second biggest carp ever, was now gone. So frustrating. I'm so annoyed with myself. These things do happen, and Carl's very, very good for pointing that out, but still, it's not a nice feeling. Today's weird. Today's just got a very different feeling to it than yesterday. I feel like the fish know that we're here now and they're a little bit more cautious, and maybe it's going to take some time for them to get confident again.
Ah, I have an idea. The person who deleted the picture goes first. Sorry.
Carl did manage another bite in the early hours of the morning. A fight that went on for what felt like forever. It promised to be something really enormous, but upon the fish getting closer, we realised it to be one of the smaller of the stock that had sadly been foul hooked. After checking it was okay, Carl quickly slipped it back, and thankfully a new day was upon us.
Not lead on the end.
Yeah, you've been done.
I've been done.
Oh.
Oh, wait, I've been... What
That's not good.
is going on here?
You haven't just been done.
That makes absolutely no sense.
Have you ever heard the phrase trouble in paradise? Yeah, that. I don't think that the first day could have been any different from the second, and now the start of the third. The rain didn't help either, but I had to remind myself that this was a holiday. And I of course cared about the fishing, but it wasn't the whole picture, and there were other things to enjoy.
Stuff. You see me make silver clay stuff.
And is it real silver?
Yeah.
Like in clay.
Actual real silver?
So we just need to find something to use as the mould.
Tommy's found something.
Whoa, is this for dinner?
But that would be super nice if we could press that in a bit.
One of the many things that I love about Han is that she's a creative too, but whereas I make videos, she's got a far more impressive skill as a silversmith, making all kinds of amazing things out of solid silver, and on this trip, using material called silver clay. It's a very approachable way of making solid silver items, and it was so cool to watch Han share her passion, not to mention a nice way to pass what was otherwise a very quiet morning.
It's going to be worth £1,000 in roughly 10 hours.
Whilst on the topic of silver, Han and I have actually collaborated recently on a kind of collectible coin type thing, where I illustrated a design around the idea of head and tails, and Han did all the real work in turning that into a finished product. We actually use one of them at the start of the trip to decide on swims, and if you want, you can get one of your own from our online store.
Could I try it? Tiny.
Yeah, I didn't know.
You want to have a mushroom?
Would that be allowed?
Tom wants to eat mushroom, that's
There you go.
ridiculous.
If I die, Ham. Sorry. Yeah, no, I don't understand what I've just eaten.
That's really much.
That was quite nice, actually. Maybe I'm going to become a mushroom convert.
But it's
Maybe not.
You can't do it as well, Tom.
mushrooms.
You can't do it as well.
No?
I've lost one humble man to the mushroom. I cannot lose two.
Well, we're just chilling in here because the fishing has just been dead and not a lot happening, but now I'm looking out at the lake and it is sheeting up everywhere. There's fizzes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's just like they've all decided to feed like that, but it's finally switching on, so it seems. Okay, so to try and make it up to Carl for losing those photos, we have managed to go through the video file of when he lifted the fish and screenshot some bits, and with a lot of editing, and that's what I'm going to do over the next 2 hours, I think I can make them look as good, if not better, than the photos, so hopefully I can make this work, we'll see.
Things were definitely changing in the lake, be it line pressure, or more likely the fact that the weather was drastically colder than the weeks gone by. The fish were on the move. My swim, usually known for consistent bites, was dead, but over in Omi's swim, it seemed like things were really heating up.
Yeah, no more pressure than that, yeah?
Yeah.
And then if it starts really pulling and you're like, I'm pulling it, slacking off the drag.
Yeah, it's not.
It was about a year ago that I'd filmed Omi catching a previous best at a lake not actually too far from this one. It was about 23 pounds from memory. By all means a great fish, but this was very clearly something altogether different.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's your PB. I don't even want to look at it.
I think just obliterated my personal best.
Oh, it's just caught fish.
Yeah, so cool.
Oh my god. What? We are so bad at guessing the weight. That's 54 pounds.
Over the last couple of years, both Carl and Omi have become more like family than just friends. And whilst, of course, I still hope that there were more fish to come, it was in this moment that I knew the long drive to the south of France had all been worth it.
You know what though? That is a PB!
Yay!
You didn't drink it, did you?
Kind of.
Life was good again. The sun was trying its best to come out. I'd managed to replace Carl's lost photos.
Interesting. How have you...
Oh my god.
Oh, I don't need to catch it again then, that's good.
And after seeing Omi's fish, I was thoroughly motivated to try and make one happen for myself.
I'm finding it really hard to make up my mind where to fish. I've got a swim that supposedly does all of the bites for everybody else's sessions, but for whatever reason, I've just not been able to make the most of it, and I can't really understand why. I always really struggle with that in fishing. If there's no rhyme or reason, or you can't do the math, it becomes very, very tricky. It's probably just lack of experience.
Well, it's more because it's fishing.
Yeah, and there are no hard and fast rules, right?
Yeah, you make a rule and then the fish do something different. It's
Yeah.
nature, it's always changing.
I think what I want to do for tonight, before I do anything drastic, is just vary things up again. I had committed to the top of the slope, but that hasn't had a bite now for 2 nights. So I'm going to put 2 at the bottom, which is what my guts are telling me I should do, and 1 at the top. Try and hedge my bets and see which one pays off.
You're in, Tom.
We're on our way to go feed the deer. It's so cool. There's so much to do at this place.
It has been so long since I last got to experience something like this. Almost 6 years, in fact, and after how hectic this year has been, this was a perfect remedy. As with any holiday, I think it's taken us all a few days to really settle into the place, to forget all about the pressures of back home and fully switch off, because life has a really good way of making things busy, but it's never a waste of time to try and enjoy it along the way.
No, it needs more salt, Han. More salt, please. When the potatoes have 5 minutes left, heat a drizzle of oil, just a drizzle. Don't want them to be...
Potatoes aren't even in there yet.
What do we do when there's no oven? We innovate.
Truffle powder.
Oh my god.
That's extreme, isn't it? When you
Got more if there's not enough in there.
truffles in tiny.
Okay, you knew it was coming. Don't pretend that you didn't. We all knew that at some point in this video, Carl was probably going to go and catch something truly enormous. Because, well, he's Carl Smith, and that's what he does.
Don't go around the corner. Don't you dare go around the corner. Reel as much line as you can and throw the rod in the water. Yeah, nice one. No, that's not what I needed to happen. Shoot.
After the craziest of battles, somehow the man whose previous best felt just too big to beat had landed the biggest fish in the lake at 74 pounds.
Not happened. That has not just happened.
This was more than I could have hoped for. Both of my friends were able to go home knowing that they'd smashed it, but celebrations were quickly cut short as one of Carl's other rods began to tear off.
This is a boat one, Tom.
Okay. Can we grab 2 life jackets off the wall?
I don't have a net as well, Tom, so you can grab one. Oh no, we're good.
I love your little collar thing.
Thank you.
It's very fetching.
Mental. So unlikely at this point to still be on. Oh dear. Here we go. This is where we find out the bad news.
The fish had kited straight from the far corner to the out of bounds, and somehow hadn't yet wrapped itself around one of the uprights. Instead, it had got caught in another angler's line, and to free the fish, Carl needed to break through it.
Oh, it is deep. Gravel though. He's trying to swim around, but can't because there's a bit of line that's blocking it. Oh, this is so bad, Tom. This is so freaking bad. Because he's running and I can't give him anything because the line will break.
You're hand lining in potentially a 40-pound carp.
Yeah, this is not nice. No, I've got no line left to give, mate.
This was, of course, a less than ideal situation, but I don't know of any lake that's without some kind of snag. I think what counts is being prepared to go the extra mile to free the fish, and doing so as safely as possible.
That's chaos, right?
All's well that ends well.
Fish is safe.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Looks like a good one as well.
I know. Oh, ridiculous. I think my swim's probably dead now, so I think what we might do is we'll have a look at this fish, but then I might reel in bait quite heavily and then maybe we go out for the day.
Yay!
A little bit of bait in.
Well, if the fish don't want to bite, then I guess we'll just leave and go into town for a bit. Should we go on the... should we have a pub crawl?
Oh, if you're not catching fish, the only other option is pub.
My rusty friend.
Je m'appelle Tom.
Look, French chairs.
So what do you think of France?
It is a European country.
Correct.
Oh, is this the dealer stuff?
128 euros for an egg cup. I don't really know anything about this stuff, but it's interesting. It's either going to be the most expensive shop of our lives or the cheapest, because euros are not as much as pounds, I guess.
How was the river?
Spent the entire time feeding chub, goldfish, rudd.
Dude, cichlids.
Look at that eel. Ugh, creepy.
What?
That's the scene.
Oh wow.
Oh, that's actually very cool.
He's lovely, I love him, but he also looks whack. Even when we're not fishing, we're fishing. That was actually so nice to get out and see a bit of France. But the problem is, it was actually way too nice. Now I'm tired and I want to go to bed, but I've got a lot of fishing to be done. No, I've seen the water. I'm ready actually. I've just been energized. Let's try and catch a personal best for me too.
It turned out I wasn't the only one that now really wanted to catch. It's like seeing a bit more of France had ticked a box in Han's head, and she now felt like it was time to properly get fishing. Or try, at least.
I don't get it. The second that you want to put your rods out, it starts raining. What's that about?
Here's some rigs that I tied yesterday. They match in colour because I feel like all should.
Okay, so at the tip of that tree where it touches the water.
Which tree?
Stand here. You see the tree? No, stop laughing.
Which?
The overhanging tree that's touching the water over there, on the near mark.
That was excellent.
Good distance, bad accuracy. Give it another go. Perfect. Trap line now. Trap line now. Yes! Man, you just nailed that. That went exactly right.
Believe it or not, Han's actually been fishing for far longer than I have. Alright, maybe not actively, but it was her dad that first got me into it. And I know for a fact that when he watches this film, he'll feel a lot like I did on the bank that day. Overjoyed watching Han taking part in the sport that we both love.
Because you are an angler now.
I think you'll find the term is angler.
Angle her.
Angle her.
That would have been really funny.
Thank you.
That was good. And then trap the line now. Yeah, girl. That was perfect.
I'd encouraged Han to get the rods out in a way that I knew that they'd be well presented. Were they in the best zones? Well, actually the jury was out on that one, as I had seen signs of feeding fish. But with my rods now back on the spots too, we'd done all that we could, and went to bed nervous of what was hopefully to come.
It's gonna sound bad, but I hope it doesn't go off overnight.
I'm so over the moon that Carl's had a PB. I can't even. Right, it was so cool.
It was worth getting up at like 7.
But now that he's got a PB, Omi's just like smashed a PB. I think it's time for us now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think we're in with a chance.
Okay, yeah. Try and bring the net to the side. Scoop him. Oh my goodness, it's so big. Yep, you got him.
Good job, Harry.
That is bigger than the other one.
You, Hannah? Well done.
No! Yeah, it's definitely bigger. I think you've broken your PB again.
Oh my god.
Oh, there she goes. Oh my.
We're gonna get the line.
Yeah. I think it's 65.
58.
What? Oh mate, I went all over the roller coaster there.
Oh.
Whoa. I'm not doing it. I'm good.
Getting wet today.
Omi's been soaked for 4 days straight, so I'm not going to do it again.
I won't lie, the rain was getting a bit old. I think if it wasn't for the good setup of the place and the fact that we had a solid roof to hide under, we probably would have packed up days ago. But the good news was that the fish were still on the feed. We knew that because Carl kept catching them. But with each one of his on the bank, it gave me a renewed sense of hope that Han or myself would eventually have one too.
You alright, mate? What's going on? What do you need?
Could we just do this trip when it's sunny?
No, sorry.
Cloud and sun?
No.
Light rain?
I could ask, but I'm just not completely sure that it's a possibility, so.
I'm just gonna hide under the tree.
Oh, right, can I just
Tuck in as well.
Thanks, mate.
Is there room for 2 under this tree?
Oh, nice and cozy.
So quick. Thanks, bro. Ready?
In the bush.
Cheers, Tom.
No worries.
And splashed me again.
You did put a hook in his lip.
Yeah, sorry, bud.
Oh, it's still wet and horrible and disgusting and gross, and to say this is a holiday, the weather hasn't agreed that it's been a holiday, but it's still been nice. Anyway, it's Carl's birthday tomorrow, and I promised him that I'd cook him his favourite meal for dinner, so we are off to the Intermarché to go get some ingredients. Alright, let's go find out what a French shop looks like.
Well, we saw one yesterday.
Oh yeah. Okay. Why, thank you, thank you. They have an English section. What have they got then? Salad cream. That made the cut.
Beans caught my eye.
Beans.
Tom just found this because he can't go anywhere without finding fishing stuff.
Should we get them for Carl for his birthday?
Sure.
I'm really confused and a bit scared, to be completely honest. Google Maps has taken us on what is definitely the weirdest route back to the lake. Oh my goodness me, that's the worst one I've ever done.
Tom, what have you done?
You did a boo-boo!
The boo-boo with your expensive van.
Okay, mate.
Happy birthday, Carl. I totaled your van.
Find you a friend who's understanding. Very understanding.
Or just find yourself a friend who doesn't give a damn about his van.
That too. Well, that was... I'm kind of just taking in everything that just happened right now, and that was not a fun moment. Well, I get to console Han after that, but in the end she ended up supporting me, telling me, come on, let's get the rods, let's put them out, let's do this, let's make the most of whilst we're here. And as and when you pick your partner for life, pick well, and yeah, nothing can be so bad anymore.
Here's my girl. That's it, and drop it now. Yes.
A common thread in fishing, and I suppose in life, is that good things come to those who wait. But I think I can do one better than that. Yes, patience is a virtue, but to keep on going even when things are going wrong, now that's the stuff.
That's not bad.
It had taken all week, but finally I'd caught another fish. It was quite possibly one of the smallest we'd seen, but that doesn't mean anything when the average carp here is well over 30 pounds, and whilst it was true that I'd not managed to catch a PB, I was about to experience something so much more important.
That's it. I'm gonna start this clutch for you.
Oh, see, that's running. Okay, when this is ticking, you don't really want to reel because it twists the line up.
Like my game.
I don't know if it's a saying or a phrase or a meme. A meme's still a thing these days? I don't even know. But whatever it is, people say the adventure finally left the group chat. And I guess what it means is there's so many plans that we make with friends that never come to fruition because we're busy, or, you know, quite often, to be honest, it's easier just to stay at home. But this week finally left the group chat. My goodness, am I glad it did, because it's been incredible.
It's literally a group effort.
I mean, look at us all. Here's on with the net. I'm filming, Carl's guiding, Han's reeling.
I don't even know how to describe how important it's actually been to me to be able to share the thing that I love with the people that I love for a week. And I want to thank Swimbooker for letting us fish this lake for free. They've not paid me to promote it or anything, but you get a chance to go out and do the thing, whatever it may be, fishing or otherwise, get the group chat going, book the dates, and get out there, because you will not regret it.
It's well behaved so far.
Baby!
Tired it out.
It's not a baby. It's 37 pounds.
It's just a baby.